5 people have been charged in connection with the death of actor Matthew Perry. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, the defendants include 2 doctors, Perry's live-in personal assistant, and a person authorities call, quote, the ketamine queen, end quote. They are all accused of distributing ketamine to the beloved Friends actor during the final weeks of his life. And authorities are saying that the defendants knew what they were doing was wrong and that they took advantage of Perry's addiction issues to cash in. Matthew Perry died last October in his home. The medical examiner's autopsy report ruled his death an accident, but noted that ketamine was the primary cause of death.
That's terrible. I mean, just kind of brings back memories of Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You know, all of these different, they have their own personal physicians that are on their staff, and then just to kind of help them cope with their, you know, pains or their mental issues, they give them medicine.
Well, you know, I'm glad you brought that up because Matthew Perry was actually on a ketamine therapy. It was an infusion therapy that they were using to help him deal with depression and anxiety. But ketamine, you know, leaches from the body within 3 hours. The ketamine that was in his body at that time, he was weeks away from an infusion. So that's the reason why they're saying that the people around him gave him the ketamine, got the ketamine to him.
Too early.
Yeah. Wow. Too early, too much. Mariska Hargitay, who found fame portraying Captain Olivia Benson on the long-running drama Law and Order SUV, assisted in solving some real-life crimes. Most recently on a podcast, a Michigan prosecutor talked about a backlog of untested rape kits that were set aside due to a lack of funding. So if there was any hope of cracking the cases or putting, you know, these offenders behind bars, the kits needed to be processed, but there was just no money to make it happen. So Mariska stepped in and helped to raise the money to get the work done, which is having a ripple effect across the country. End the Backlog is a program of the Joyful Heart Foundation, which Mariska founded back in 2004, with the goal of changing society's response to sexual assault, domestic violence, and child abuse, support survivors' healing, and end this violence. You know, a lot of time the courts just drag things out because it's, yeah, I guess it's not a high priority case kind of thing.
That's crazy to think that's not a high priority case. I mean, these rape cases just sitting there and you have the DNA evidence.
You have it. It just has to be processed, right?
Wow.
And you know, you and I got a chance to meet her. We were very honored to meet her.
She's so sweet.
And that was when she came to Hawaii to support the Domestic Violence Action Center and to share her foundation. So
yeah, she was so sweet. And I love to see the fact that she's putting her star power behind, you know, something that is actually doing good.
Great work.
Yeah, great work.
Absolutely. And finally, some marriage and family therapists are warning about the red flags that could lead to a shut-up ring.
What is that?
It's a marriage proposal and engagement ring you get just so that your partner will shut you up. A shut-up ring.
Is that what was sitting on your desk earlier for
you
me?
Stop it!
We're not even getting married, but Lina getting me one of those.
I got him 10 for every finger. I have the toe rings coming in next week. No, just kidding. But a shut-up ring is used to pacify or relieve some pressure that's going on in a relationship. But you know, we all know that marriage is not going to fix the problems. It's probably just going to make things worse. And a couple of red flags is, number one, your partner keeps making promises but doesn't keep them. And the second is you constantly give the same feedback hoping things will change, but they just never do.
You're just talking to Candace. And that's why I have for me personally, I have the suffer ring. It's only my fault. It's my fault.
Oh, okay.
Because she, you know, yeah.
You heard him, yeah?
I hope she's not watching because I'm going to be in trouble when I get home.
She's watching.
Okay, thank you so much, Lina Girl, for getting me in trouble. Now let's get back to our